Another person who has been very active in the startup world is Toon Vanagt. I will leave the word to Toon. Thank you for being here, Toon.
Thank you, Philippe. I'm very happy about the Startup Manifesto being pitched here, because one of the points is there for the corporate people in the room, buy from startups. We like it even more than government grants. The best type of revenues are the ones that are actually continuing. So please, I'm here for a startup, so it's a little bit for my own good case, because I started data.be with Eric, my co-founder, who's the CTO and who's here as well. And on the side, I'm the chairman of the Open Knowledge Belgium non-profit, where we try to actually stimulate people to open their data sets, not just government. And there's a huge opportunity there, because for those of you who know about the open data movement, we've been talking about it for a long, long time, but there's a great opportunity, because next month, and Belgium is late there, I hope that the minister is aware of that, Belgium has not yet approved the PSI directive, which is the Public Service Information Directive. And this means that all European countries, as of July 2015, so that's not far away, will have to open all their data, yeah? Make it reusable. And so this, for everybody in this room, is an incredible opportunity, because you'll have lots of data sets all over Europe that are opening up and that can be used for any type of interesting cause. I've put a little one on the side there, which is the UK. If you look at the current size of the open data set, they're usually going about economy, demographics, labor market statistics and stuff like that, but there's a lot coming there as well, and I don't know that. So don't forget about that one. Now here's an old Chinese proverb. I heard a variant, like data being the new gold or oil. If you play bullshit bingo, you should put that one on your line. Data is the new, because you'll hear it a lot of times today. But it probably meant in the 18th century oil, it was an immensely untapped value. And we had the combustion engine that came along, and so there was a lot of value in that oil. If you take that to today, the way I read that is that oil prices are dropping. If data is a new oil, it probably means it's getting very cheap. And if you look why it's getting very cheap, because storage cost has gone down. If you look a decade ago and today, how much a gigabyte costs is a fraction. Compute power has gone down. Moore's law, it keeps going on. And there's lots of open source tools, and they've matured. So the students in the room and the researchers here, they use a lot of open source tools that are even outbeating the commercial equivalents. So all those reasons make that becomes a lot easier to do interesting stuff with big data. Now, don't buy the snakehole. I'll keep hanging on to this analogy with oil, but the raw oil is serving a broad spectrum of chemical products. And in the same analogy, raw data serves a broad spectrum of applications and innovations. You just have to pick the right ones and find the one that suits you. Here's a small one, but they outdate like every month this sort of picture overview. But as said, it became very cheap to use these building blocks. And what you have as a data scientist, you're managing a refinery. And you have to find which of the tools you're using, which type of oil, raw oil you're going to process, and what you're going to turn it into. Now, a second thing that happened, and a huge opportunity, is new business models. The classic model was you used to build a product, you planned it ahead, you would work for years, and you would sell it and go to the market. But nowadays, we have software as a service. You can update your product overnight, and all your customers will have it. Or you can have an open product and make money on the services by giving the product away for free and then selling the services and the training or the certification of the trainer around that. There's a freemium product. That's the model that my startup has chosen. We offer the data for free, but if you want more information, you need to pay or get a subscription, or we'll build something custom for you. There's a free model. Think about Google. Definitely a lot of data there. They're an advertising agency, basically. They're a broker of ads. Yeah? That's how the model is being. It's free, but you're the product, and they get paid with ads. There's open source and API platforms. You can use the data and reuse them, reopen them. There's an infrastructure model, like the razor blades you sell cheap, the first one, but if you need to update the blades and the add-ons, you pay a lot of money for that. There's demand-oriented platforms, supply-oriented platforms. I'll go quickly here, because otherwise we're not going to make it. And there's that white label. You can have a platform and give it to others and make them do something with the platform and the data sets. Now, how to overcome this price decline? We often, since we started a few years ago already, we've seen that prices for business data in Belgium are going down. I hope that many people in the room can confirm that. It's definitely also one of the reasons that there's a lot of things happening. the tools get cheaper. How can you reverse this as a company? Because it's a huge challenge. Because everything getting cheaper, there's less margin. So you have to try to move up that information ladder. And ways to do that is to find new value in those raw, sometimes open data sets, mine deeper to dig out insights. I'm not talking about basic statistics, but really finding new insights, correlate stuff, combine it, mash it up, improve the data yourself, visualize in new ways. We've seen several examples already earlier on of how people cope with that. And I really hope that we learned already about the Louvre method, that we'll soon have a method for every city in Belgium where we can combine stuff in interesting ways. Be ambitious and original, please, and go boldly where no man has ever gone before. This is a little bit what we did. If you look at, and this is early days, but if you look at Belgian information sources, who recognizes like Staatsblad, Moniteur Belge? Ah, it's a great one. You have the marble background. Some of us can almost hear the modem connecting in the background to the internet, you know, beep, beep, beep. It's dating back to that period. Yeah? And so it's quite a pity that the government has great, authentic sources, but they're being scattered on like 3 major websites. If you want to look for company information in Belgium, you go to Food Economie, KBO, Kruisbeeldbank van Ondernemingen. You go to Staatsblad and Moniteur Belge. You go to the Bank Nationale Bank for their annual accounts. So there's a lot of places. And all we did is we just put them together on our website. And we added some little features like autocomplete. We all get used to that at Google. None of those government websites has autocomplete. Why not? The tools are there. It's very, very easy. You mash up those sources, people find value. Today we have over 10,000 visitors per day on our website by just doing this, so there's value in there. We do data enrichment. We took a few million PDFs from Staatsblad, we did OCR on them, we did entity recognition on type of amounts, on persons, on notaries, on the type of document. You can easily do that nowadays. And we have provided a free alerting service. You take a company, you have the VAT number, they update something, we send you an email. Every morning at 8 o'clock, you'll get all the new companies that you're following, prospects, customers, competitors, whoever, you get the information. So that's what we do. Now here's a word of warning if you use a free service, including our own, on the backside, and you're creating breadcrumbs. We were very surprised to see that one of our main users is the Ministry of Finance. That's shocking. Yeah? Why is that? The Ministry of Finance does not put at disposal of its employees the paid tools of Great and Dun & Bradstreet, Bureau van Dijk, and so on. And so what do these people do when they have to go out? They check on our website, because it's all there. It's easier than the tools they get provided internally. This means that I, as a small 4-person startup, thank you very much, I get to know who's going to get control. Imagine the type of service I could imagine on top of that. I sent you a little email. Talk to your accountant. Somebody from the Ministry of Finance has been looking at your company this morning. Yeah? Get your act together. Get your books together. Now you're laughing, but you might stop laughing if you work in a bank or a financial institution, like we're here, because we see the banks checking the same companies. We have KBC, BNP Paribas Fortis, ING, checking a company within a week. It's very likely that this company is shopping around for some sort of credit line, and the front-end people in the bank are just checking out, and they didn't get the access to the expensive back-end tools that people in the credit department have, and so we know who's shopping around. All these are very interesting ways to use data at your disposal, but you're leaving breadcrumbs. So the main warning here is, if something of value is free, you're the product. Yeah? Keep that in mind, not just for our website, it's all over the internet. Now, what are the next frontiers of open data? We heard about the 5-star model. Well, I hope everybody heard about one. It's Tim Berners-Lee who came up with that one. And again, it's early days. If you look at the current open data portals of government, we're very happy when we get to 2 and maybe sometimes 3 stars. Yeah. Link data and graph data are definitely something we're going. There's going to be more and more metadata that add value to data sets. A lot of unstructured data. There's still huge amounts of data that are untapped, waiting to be structured and to be used in meaningful ways. And my personal favorite, and looking at government, I see some people here that to whom we've already pitched this, is please provide us users and reusers of open data a way to provide you with structured feedback. Yeah? I have over 1,000 requests in the inbox of my little startup of people saying, my company address is wrong, please correct it on your website. But I use authentic sources. And I have to tell them, you have to go to the Bank van Ondernemingen and somebody will actually update you at the source. They say, no, I want you to, no, we use authentic sources. And I have no way to inform the government about all this potential wrong data. We find a lot of erroneous data as well by crossing those 3 references. We could provide and improve the data. So please, if you open data, and not only if you're a government, if you really want to use it in a meaningful way, let us give you feedback in a structured approach too. I'm going to wrap it up. As said, it's still very early days, although we think we've done this for years. We have the connected, we talked about the digital world, it's on the rise. There's open data and the Internet of Things and all the sensors that are going to be generating huge amounts. Tsunamis of data are coming our way. Yeah. We can extract them and we'll have more metadata in an easy way. There's easy access to cutting-edge platforms, and there's many of those in the exhibitor lounge on the side. There's new business models that I've shown you. You can network in partnerships, so don't wait, don't hesitate. Act like a startup, just do it, ship it, go out, try. Use those methodologies. Yeah? Do not be afraid to fail. Just iterate quickly, learn fast. And I think a lot of great things will come out of that. So I thank you for your attention and I wish you a very good day and continuation. Thank you.
Perfect op tijd.
Perfect op tijd. Ja, voilà. Anytime. Ja.